Part of the reason why we need to have clear, concise, specific orders and assignments is because, let's talk about Engine 6 for a moment, who ends up on the Charlie Delta corner in the back. They're the engine that backed in. Okay, they had an acting officer with 4 years of experience. And the firefighter on the nozzle with that firefighter had 13 months of experience. They saw smoke in Division 2. Their assignment is attack from the alley. Where do you think that 4-year acting officer and 13-month rookie took that line? To Division 2, because they thought the fire was on Division 2 and their assignment was attack, so they're going to go to where they see smoke. The intent of the incident commander was to have them go to Division 1, but that was not delineated in the radio report. So they went to where they thought they were going to do the most good for attack from that angle. Engine 3 had attack face to face. Here's what they did. When they came up, they went to the apartment to nowhere. Remember that little apartment that didn't go anywhere? They went inside. They went inside there looking for a stairwell. Found out immediately that it went nowhere. They abandoned that immediately. The officer of Engine 3 and Battalion 1 then did a face-to-face right there, and together decided the next best option to make entry to Division 2 was to ladder the window and go in over the ladder with a line and do a combination of fire attack and search and rescue. So that's how we're setting this up so far. So let's talk about, so here's the first big learning point. What we didn't recognize right off the bat. What the smoke meant. And why it changed so drastically in the 1 or 2 minutes it took them to come up Summit Street and arrive. That's huge. Because honestly, the bottom line is we misread what we had. All right? The next 3 slides are cut and paste directly out of the UL NIST study on modern fire behavior. This isn't my wording. This is directly out of their program. And this is things that we have to make sure we understand about reading smoke. And what we're teaching our members now is, as you are responding, you need to listen critically to everything on that radio, and you need to read the building and the smoke critically, every member. And you got to understand what the building's telling you and what the smoke's telling you, what that smoke means. We have to be as expert at reading smoke as possible. It would have helped here. All right, what's significant? Ventilation limited fires, because that's what this fire was. It was a closed up building. And this fire was cooking in there. It was free burning big time when Battalion 1 saw the large column of smoke from the King Bridge 4 city blocks away. It was all just about ready to break out, but then it didn't, because there were a lack of windows in this building. And basically, what it did is it started to snuff itself out in the next couple of minutes, unfortunately. And when we arrived to a lot lesser smoke condition. That big column's gone now. And now we got white, hay, smoke seeping. And we didn't get it. Making entry, what you all in this found out is that these fires, ventilation limited fires, result in an environment that waits for the introduction of fresh air that creates rapid and hostile fire growth. Making entry through the front door in their experiments can introduce enough air into the fire area to produce rapid fire growth and flashover. Firefighters need to be aware that any opening in the structure constitutes ventilation. I can tell you this, when I came into the fire service in 1982 and went through my initial training, when we kicked the front door to make entry for attack, nobody told me that was ventilation. That was forcible entry, and we were doing fire attack. Nobody mentioned the word that was ventilation. We didn't understand then, or I didn't, and if I did, I missed it, but that was a flow path. That word didn't exist in 1982 as far as I know. But we got to understand that any opening in the box is a flow path. This hasn't been traditionally taught. The repeated experiments that UL and NIST has done has produced violent flashovers shortly after the front door of the houses were opened in their experiments. Just a front door. In a few moments, I'm going to show you where we had multiple flow paths. 2 pre-existing, prior to our arrival. I hope everybody recognizes this. This is the newer time temperature curve that's out there. okay? Does everybody remember back when I was coming up, we had ignition, growth, fully developed, and then decay. Now we have this new dip. I think, hopefully we all recognize this, right? So I'm going to walk you through this. This is how this fire played out on this curve. So here is our bad actor, our bad guy, setting the fire in the garage. He pours the gasoline, he lights the fire, and he closes the garage door. The building is now closed up. The fire grows unabated, goes over that wall, gets into the cock loft, and takes off to the back. Okay? It starts to snuff itself out. It hasn't broke out yet. There's not very many windows. Okay? Just 2. So it starts to go into the early decay stage. Smoke decreases. Okay? Pressure of the smoke decreases. We arrive. We think it's not so bad. Room and contents, we got this. It's on Division 2. Back at the engine house in an hour. So we arrive. As you'll see as we move through this, we open the left garage door. Gigantic flow path. We ladder the window. Firefighter Dickman goes up. He takes out the window. Another big flow path. Right above that was one of the pre-existing flow paths, a vent in the cock loft, which is where the fire was traveling. Right? We have a gigantic vent on site Charlie on the illegal addition. I'll show you that pre-existing already. Moments after entry, we have the hostile fire event. And then it burns the rest of the way out, and we help to put that out. This fire played out perfectly on this time temperature curve. Went through all the cycles.